Hey guys, welcome back. We're playing another thing of golf with your friends. Still drinking some good old Natty Light. Alright, so as we progress through recording tonight, as I drink more and more of this magic stuff, we're gonna go and try some stuff, but right now we're still grinding off pretty light. Whoa! Dang it! I like this music though. So, a big reason why I'm recording episodes like these is just because I kind of want to talk to you guys while you have something interesting to look at. Alright, and so I kind of want to talk a little bit about where I come from. And I want to talk about why I chose the name Hopless Noob. Dang it. So, the reason I chose the Hopless Noob is because I cannot jump. So it's kind of story time. So when I was 16 years old, I was working on a roof, which had a hole in it, and it was January. Dang, so close. And it was January. It had been raining a lot, and as being a hole in a roof, it leaked. And so I was on the roof, working on putting a tarp over it. And it was nighttime, and I was coming down for the last time that night. I was coming down for the last time that night when the ladder slipped out from underneath me. And, well, when I say slipped, more accurately, the ladder collapsed on me. It was an extending ladder. Sorry if I'm seeming kind of distant. This is a sensitive topic for me. But I feel like you guys deserve the right to know. So, 16 years old, working on a roof. I was coming down the last time that night. The ascending ladder collapsed. And I fell roughly 15 feet onto asphalt underneath me. The shock of the injury stunned me, but I was still awake and alert. And when I first hit the ground, I knew something was wrong. I knew that my ankle didn't feel the way it was supposed to. And so I cried out to my father. And he got there to me. And we immediately knew it was broken. That I needed to go see a doctor. And so they rushed me to the hospital. And they did x-rays. And the doctor diagnosed me. I had a trimolar fracture in my left ankle that would require emergency reconstructive surgery to put that together. And they started giving me opioid after opioids after opioids. And they more or less tried to keep me comfortable throughout the night. It was all they could do. And the next morning, they had me loaded up for surgery. I was ready to be operated on. And they did it. They made the first incision. At first they thought everything went alright. The surgery seemed to be an success. The bones got put back together. But then, about 2 weeks after getting discharged from the hospital, we noticed that the wound wasn't healing right. It was getting red, angry, swollen, and then eventually the surgical site just reopened up. There was a gaping hole in my leg. Went to the emergency room again. It was a very severe infection. And they loaded me up. They brought me in. The next morning I went into another emergency surgery to try to get rid of as much infected flesh as they possibly could. Try to give me the best chance of survival. When I went in, they said I was very close to having the infection get to my bloodstream. Now, unfortunately, a lot of you guys have either had to deal with that or have seen that effect. And it's hard. And so, the first surgery happened. They determined that they wanted to go back in again. And another surgery a few days later. So there was 3 surgeries on the same ankle within a month. Now, after that whole ordeal went through, I was talking to my doctor, and they were like, everything's perfect, ready to go, nothing's wrong. But I did not feel like everything was going to be alright. It still felt broken and wrong. And the doctors, they were hopeful. They thought that it was nothing. But then about a year after everything happened, I went for a follow-up exam. And they retook x-rays. And they realized that my ankle was dissolving inside of me. I had something that they called post-traumatic arthritis. For you guys that don't know about post-traumatic arthritis, it's a degenerative arthritis of an injury, of a severe injury site, such as broken bones, damaged joints. But one thing I've realized I forgot to tell you is that to reconstruct my ankle, they needed to put 9 screws in a metal plate. At 16 years old, I had 9 screws and a metal plate holding my ankle together. And so, once I got diagnosed with arthritis, I was 18 at that point, when I was told that I would have difficulty for the rest of my life. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't just diagnosed with arthritis in that year. And that same doctor's appointment, a man I had looked up to for a very long time. Well, so after my infection, I got a new doctor. I got a new referral to a man named Dr. Supik, which I've actually known before. And so Dr. Supik looked me in the eye after getting diagnosed with arthritis at a whopping 18 years old of age. He looked at me and told me that in about 10 years, I would be having to look at another surgery. This one was to deal with the arthritis. He looked at me and told me that my options were either going to be a ankle replacement, which he later went on to say would not be the best option for me, most likely, or doing a total joint fusion. And so that's how I learned that in 10 years, I'm looking at entirely losing all mobility in my ankle. Now, when I said I have post-traumatic arthritis, that means that my ankle is degrading. And so most people's ankles have this is the ankle, this is the tibia and fibula. However, instead of cupping it, mine's more of an impact surface. And so it's just rubbing together. And I don't really know why I felt the need to tell you guys about that in this episode. Didn't really plan on being this open on this episode. But I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a mindset of who I am, where I come from. And for me, that's part of why my icon for this channel is a foot. Because it's such a deep idea with me. Is that honestly at this point, it's just part of who I am. But I kind of want to say that even if you are experiencing something like me, and which you have something that's affecting your life as a part of it, that doesn't mean that you're limited. For me, I might have a messed up ankle, but a messed up ankle is not who I am. I still go out there and hike, and climb, and swim. Don't jump and run much. But to be honest, never really did that much in the first place before the injury, so not really a loss now. But we are more of a culmination than just our experiences in our body. Our true value is what we make of ourselves. And I kind of hope that this gives you guys hope that if you're going through something, that you're more than just the struggles that you see. You're also the choices that you make and how you face those struggles. I've overshot that. So, to go ahead and close off this episode with this final, well, not final shot, with these closing shots is go out there and be the best you that you can be. Don't let an injury, don't let a past, don't let something define who you are, regardless of your ability to handle it. Because as long as you have hope that things can get better, who is anyone to say that it won't? And with that, let's go ahead and end that episode there. You guys have a great day.